Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So the last update about unfortunate love was how Rishi tells Malishka that he doesn't love her and he doesn't have any feelings for her, and this got Malishka crying, and Kiran decided to help her daughter in order to make her happy again with a plan. So they made a plan. Let's continue watching to see their plan. In the room, Malishka asks Kiran that what does she mean. Kiran says tomorrow is Puja at home and she shares her plan with Malishka. She says nobody will be between Rishi and you after that, and Rishi will be just yours. Malishka says Lakshmi can die. Kiran says yes, and says if Lakshmi dies, then who will get affected? Kiran says it is good if Lakshmi dies, and says everyone will celebrate her death with grandfather's birthday. Kiran tells Malishka that if Lakshmi dies, then who will be affected, and says let her die. She says with grandfather's birthday, Lakshmi's death anniversary will be celebrated, and then says it will not be celebrated as you will become the daughter-in-law of the house and Rishi's wife. Kiran says to Malishka that nobody will remember Lakshmi. Malishka says one more case will be on, even though Balwinder's case is still on. Kiran says you have done a mistake, and that is why Balwinder's case is on. But I am your mom, and I will not do any mistake. Malishka asks Kiran and says you are my super mom, and you always thought about my happiness. Kiran says I am your mom, and I will always be with you. She says Rishi is yours. Durga Devi tells Balwinder's friend that they already have this information. The constable asks if this is a big news. Balwinder's friend says if Balwinder gets such a girl, then his life will be set. Durga Devi beat him and scolded him for his thought. She asks him to leave, and then she asks the constable to do the investigation before bringing anyone. Neelam calls Durga Devi and asks if she found out something about Balwinder. Durga Devi says she couldn't catch Balwinder yet, but he will soon be caught, and she asks her not to worry. She says tomorrow I am coming to your house for investigation. Neelam says we have puja at home tomorrow. Durga Devi says I like to attend puja, and says I myself is inviting myself, and she ends the call. Neelam says that Durga Devi is somewhat strange. Karishma says she is sharp and that is why she is an inspector. Neelam says I thought that she would not come hearing about puja, but she herself invited herself. Karishma says let her come. We haven't done any wrong work. She says I would always feel that whenever any inspector invited themselves, then some trouble would happen. She says nothing wrong should happen in our house. Someone knocks on Gudu's door. Balwinder covers himself with sari and asks Gudu to send whoever has come away. A burqa-clad woman comes there. Balwinder thinks that who has come? Is it my duplicate? Lakshmi tells the servant that she will do the decoration in the hall and the temple, and she asks them to do the decoration near the door, and she asks them to clean the temple area. She says I will bring out the stuff, you just have to keep it there. Virendra and Grandma says Lakshmi happy and organizing the puja. Virendra says Lakshmi is happy and she is working hard like she is working for her loved ones. Grandma says Lakshmi is good at art, and she tells him that since she came to know about your father's birthday, she has decided to get the puja done, and she told us that she will do all the work. Karishma says to Virendra that Lakshmi is doing drama. Virendra says nobody thought of doing puja on my father's birthday, but Lakshmi felt it and she said it. Grandma says Lakshmi thought this when she has to go away from here. Karishma says Lakshmi is doing this to stay back in their house. Grandma gets happy and says that Lakshmi should stay back forever. Karishma says that she will stop Lakshmi from doing her drama. Grandma stops Karishma and says let Lakshmi do whatever she wants. Virendra thinks of Grandma's words in his room. Neelam comes there and sits on the sofa. She asks that what are you thinking about? Virendra says nothing. Neelam says you might be worried about Balwinder. Virendra says no, because Durga Devi is there for Balwinder. Neelam says to Virendra that only Balwinder can tell us about our enemy. She asks that what are you thinking about? Virendra says I am thinking about Lakshmi. Neelam says Lakshmi doesn't deserve that someone should think about her. She says we have to bear Lakshmi for some days. Virendra says to Neelam that I am thinking that Lakshmi bears so much pain, and then also she has done so much for us. She gave medicine to Grandma on time. She cooked food for us daily. She slapped Balwinder for raising finger at you. And what about whatever Lakshmi did for Ahana? Neelam says this is Lakshmi's trick to melt you down and you are getting trapped again. She says she is doing this to trap you. Virendra says I tried to look into Lakshmi's eyes and I never felt that Lakshmi is tricking me. Neelam says to Virendra that Lakshmi is inauspicious for our family and she asks him not to forget. Virendra says it might be our mistake. Neelam says I did a mistake. It is my fault to ask that what are you thinking? She says you had done mistake before and she asks him not to repeat it again. Guru asks who are you? Kiran removes the veil and shows her face. Kiran comes inside. Guru is about to close the door. Kiran says let the door be open. She asks that where is Balwinder? Balwinder comes near her. Kiran asks who is in the sari and she takes out knife. Balwinder shows his face and says he is in the sari because of her daughter. Kiran says tell the police, then you will be caught. Kiran says to Balwinder that I would inform the police about you as well. Balwinder asks Kiran to tell him why she came. Kiran says don't forget that we have called Gudu to free you. She gives Balwinder some money. Balwinder says your daughter promised to give me 5,000 and he asks her to take 1,000 for her daughter's beauty parlor and says he only needs 4,000. Kiran asks Balwinder to do her work. Balwinder says he is roaming around the town wearing sari because Durga Devi is behind him. Kiran asks, will you do my work or not? She says you have to go to the Oberoi's house, but Balwinder says that he will not go there and he will leave the country. Kiran says to Balwinder that I will give you so much money. Balwinder says he was beaten up by everyone. Kiran asks him to agree and says she would undo everything. Balwinder agrees. Kiran shows the knife and asks him to listen. Balwinder says he will not commit any murder and Kiran shares a dangerous plan with Balwinder. Lakshmi is going to keep water in Neelam's room. Neelam stops her and says you are clever and cunning and I can see what you are doing. She says you are taking everyone at your side and they are praising you again. She says they have forgotten that you are inauspicious for us, but I did not forget. Neelam asks Lakshmi that what is her intentions and she asks her to say that she is doing all this to stay back in their house. She asks that what are you proving by staying silent and she asks her to talk and she asks if she is waiting for someone. Rishi is coming there. Neelam says oh, you are waiting for Rishi and says Rishi take your side these days and she asks if Lakshmi wants Rishi to fight with her saying me scolding you. Neelam says to Lakshmi that do whatever you want, but I will throw you out of this house by all means. Rishi comes there and asks if all is good. He looks at Lakshmi, but Lakshmi remains silent. Kiran asks Balwinder if he understands. Balwinder says yes. Balwinder asks Gudu if he understands. Kiran says very good and says my work should happen well, and she goes from there. Gudu asks Balwinder not to fall into mother and daughter's trap and says he will not come out of jail forever. He asks him not to come into their talks as Durga Devi is after him. He asks if he understands and says he would arrange for money for him and Balwinder says okay. Rishi asks Lakshmi and Neelam that what are they talking about. Lakshmi says something can be between us. Rishi asks Lakshmi to keep the water jug in his mom's room as grandma is calling her downstairs. Neelam asks Rishi to ask Mukesh to keep the jug in her room, but Rishi takes the jug in his hand and he goes. Neelam says to Lakshmi that since you came into this house, Rishi started working like a servant. He took the jug so that you don't have to go holding it. She says everyone is changing because of you, but I will not let this happen, as I will not let your inauspicious steps stay in this house. Ayush and Grandma are making decorations for Grandpa's birthday and puja. Ayush sings a song and he gives Grandma flowers as she makes garland. Grandma slaps him and says leave it. Ayush says I took out beautiful flowers. What is your problem? Grandma says you are giving small flowers to me and that is my problem. Rishi comes there and asks Mukesh to keep the water jug in his mom's room. Lakshmi comes there and asks Grandma that why is she doing this and says I will do everything. Grandma asks if it is not her husband's birthday. Ayush says my grandfather's birthday. Rishi says my grandfather's birthday. Lakshmi nods her head. Grandma asks if it is yes or no and Rishi says that Lakshmi always do this. Rishi and Lakshmi's head collide with each other accidentally. Grandma says Kalakuta. Ayush also says the same. Lakshmi says Kalakuta. Rishi smiles. Grandma asks them to love fast and then says fight and then says I mean collide your heads. Kiran comes there and gets upset and says this old lady is making Rishi and Lakshmi collide their heads and she gets angry. Kiran is about to go inside. Grandma asks that where did she go to? Kiran makes an excuse and tells Grandma that she was stuck in the office. Rishi and Lakshmi collide their head again and they started doing the decoration. Ayush asks Lakshmi that where is Shalu, Alu, and he begins to call her names. Rishi asks, can you tell this in front of Shalu? Lakshmi says we will get late by the time she comes and says she will decorate the hall. Ayush says I was just asking. Grandma asks, really? Ayush says yes. Shalu and Neha comes there. Ayush says dangerous elephant is coming and she is staring at him. He falls while looking at Shalu. Rishi asks what happened to you. Shalu asks Ayush that what is he doing. Ayush asks that where is Shalu's sincerity and why did you come late. Shalu asks if Ayush go to the office on time. Rishi asks Ayush to talk. Shalu and Neha touches Grandma's feet. Grandma says daughters don't touch feet and she blesses them. Neha says hi to Ayush. She recalls Rano asking her to do something to woo Ayush. A flashback is shown. Rano gives instructions to Neha. Shalu comes there. Rano asks Shalu to take Bani with her and she asks Neha not to go. Neha thinks that mom is stopping me. Bani says no problem. Let Neha go. Shalu asks that what will Bani do here? Rano says she has a meeting with the Prime Minister. Shalu says we will come back soon. Rano says she doesn't want to stay alone. Bani asks Shalu to go. Shalu goes out. Rano asks Neha to do their work. The flashback ends. Lakshmi asks Shalu to see how to decorate the hall. Grandma asks Shalu to decorate well. Shalu says I will try. Ayush says I would help her. Shalu says she doesn't want to ruin the decoration. Rishi asks Ayush to take Neha and buy all the decoration stuff to help Shalu. Ayush goes. Lakshmi asks Shalu to see what to do in the hall. Rishi asks Lakshmi to come. Ayush calls all the servants. Shalu asks them to follow her. Malishka is upset with Rishi's thought and she thinks that I wish I would have gone there to meet Balwinder, but mom had gone due to Durga Devi. She says it is love and war for me. I wish my plan should work. I don't know if Balwinder will do all the work or not. She thinks that mom enjoys to trouble me as she did not tell me anything on phone. Kiran comes there and says I trouble you, for whom I am so much trouble. Malishka asks if Balwinder will do the work. Kiran says even if it is Balwinder's father, he will do the work and he said yes. Kiran asks Malishka if she knows what is happening outside and says Lakshmi is romancing with Rishi openly. Malishka says she might be getting close to Rishi on the pretext of the puja. Kiran asks Malishka to go there. Malishka asks why, to get insulted. She says Rishi doesn't look at her like before. Kiran says Lakshmi stays in Rishi's life or not, he should be in his life. Kiran says maybe if Lakshmi goes away from Rishi, then Rishi might not accept you. Malishka asks Kiran if she thinks that she is useless. She says once Lakshmi is out, I will trap Rishi. Kiran says after tomorrow, Rishi will be in your embrace. Shalu asks Mukesh to get down and says she will tie the decoration stuff. Ayush offers to help. Shalu says she doesn't want his help. Ayush says it is better to help Neha. Shalu climbs the stairs and she tries to tie the decoration flowers. Ayush teases Shalu. She asks him to hold the stairs well, else she would fall. Ayush teases her. Shalu says I am doing this. He shakes up the stairs and Shalu twisted his hair and asks him to hold the stairs. Grandma tells Lakshmi that the temple is looking so good. It was never good like this before and says she would remember this all her life and says we never celebrated his birthday when he was alive. Lakshmi says we should celebrate the happiness and says the moment we live is life. She goes to help Shalu. Grandma praises Lakshmi. Rishi says I want to give Lakshmi a gift. Grandma agrees and blesses Rishi. Malishka hears it and thinks that this will be the last. After that, you and your gift will be mine. Karishma asks Ahana to wear something from the clothes given by her. Ahana says she wants to wear a sari like Lakshmi. Karishma throws the sari away and it falls on Lakshmi. She says we have class and status and whoever wears such saris have no status, and Ahana feels bad hearing her mother's words against Lakshmi. Alright guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to check the comment section for the link to the next update once it is available. Thanks for watching and I will see you all again in my next video. Bye guys.